So, the Manosphere. If you've somehow managed to avoid hearing that word, congratulations! You've been living under a very nice, very peaceful rock. And I envy you. Can I come and live under there with you? Just for a bit. But for the rest of us, it's everywhere. In our social media feeds, in our schools, it's in the conversations our kids are having, and it's genuinely, deeply worrying. I've been reading a lot about this recently, about the manosphere, about the influences, about the algorithms, and honestly, the more I learn, the more I worry about the youth of today. Let me give you some context. A recent poll from the anti-fascism charity Hope Not Hate found that 8 in 10 boys aged 16 to 17 in the UK have seen content from Andrew Tate. 8 in 10. That's not a niche, that's not a fringe, that's the majority of teenage boys in this country. And here's the really alarming bit. At the time of that research, more young men had heard of Andrew Tate than had heard of the then Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Let that sink in. A misogynistic influencer who's been charged with rape and sex trafficking was more recognisable to teenage boys than the actual Prime Minister of the country. That's not a stat, that's a wake-up call. And while Andy Burnham is the now Prime Minister, the shocking level of Andrew Tate's reach among young men hasn't gone away. So today, we're talking about the manosphere. What it is, why it's so appealing to young men, and why I am genuinely, properly worried about the youth of today. Grab a cuppa. This one's a bit heavy, but I think we need to talk about it. So what actually is the manosphere? It's a loose collection of online spaces, influencers and communities that promote a very specific, very toxic version of masculinity. And I want to be really clear about something before we go any further. This is not about boys who are struggling. This is about men who are profiting from boys who are struggling. The manosphere includes men's rights activists, pick-up artists, incels, which stands for involuntary celibates, and the go-your-own-way communities who think men should just live separately from women. And the thing that ties all of these groups together is a shared belief that the world is biased against men, that feminism has gone too far, that women are the enemy, that men are losing their identity, their power, their masculinity. Now, on the surface, some of this content looks harmless. It looks like self-improvement. Get fit, get rich, get confidence, be a high-value man, take control of your life. And that's the trap, that's the funnel. That's how they get the young men in. Because who doesn't want to be more confident? Who doesn't want to be more successful? Who doesn't want to be respected? But underneath that surface, it gets ugly very quickly. The content frames women as rewards to be earned. It promotes emotional suppression. It tells men that their problems are caused by women, by feminists, by society. And it builds this us versus them worldview. As one young man who got pulled into the manosphere described it, when I went online to search for answers, I had an influencer telling me the world hates men, which really felt true. And it distorted my worldview. I started to feel that this was really true, that everyone hates men, so it was an us versus them. And once you're in that mindset, the extreme content starts to feel reasonable. The misogyny starts to feel justified. The hate starts to feel normal. Here's the thing about all of this. It's not just that the content is out there, it's that the algorithms are actively pushing it. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged. And the best way to keep us engaged, give us content that makes us angry. Outrage is addictive. And the manosphere is built on outrage. Research has shown that recommendation systems amplify and normalise harmful ideologies, increasing users' exposure to radical material. You start watching a self-improvement video about getting fit. The algorithm notices, it gives you more and more. And then it gives you a video about masculine discipline, and then one about why women are the problem. And then suddenly you're down a rabbit hole you never intended to go down. It's not just that you find the content finds you. It's designed to find you. It's designed to pull you in, to keep you watching, to make you stay. And the creators know this. They know that outrage sells. They know that hating women gets views. They know that the more extreme they are, the more attention they get. One recent study found that misogynistic content is often presented as entertainment, which enables it to gain high levels of traction on social media platforms. It's not just hate speech, it's branded as humour. It's packaged as jokes. It's camouflaged as just banter. And then young men take that banter into the real world. Teachers have reported incidents where boys say things like, "It's okay to hurt women because Andrew Tate says so." Let that sink in. A primary school child saying that. And remember the study that found that boys engaging with the Manosphere predicts depressive symptoms and stress in female teachers? The content is so pervasive, it's making women at work sick. That's not a problem, that's a societal crisis. So why are so many boys falling for this? I think the honest answer is because they're vulnerable, because they're confused, because they're growing up in a world where the old rules don't apply anymore, and nobody's given them a new rule book. The traditional idea of masculinity, the man box as it's often called, says men should be strong, stoic, dominant, emotionless. Don't cry, don't show weakness, don't ask for help. Be a protector, be a provider, be in control. But that version of masculinity is increasingly outdated. Women have gained more power. Society expects men to be emotionally available. Gender roles are becoming less rigid. And that's a good thing, it really is. But for a lot of young men, it's also confusing. They're being told that the old way is wrong, but they're not being shown what the new way looks like. So they go looking for answers, they go online, and there's a whole industry waiting for them. An industry that tells them that their confusion is justified, that they're the victims, the women are the problem, that if they just follow this influencer, just buy this course, just adopt this worldview, everything will make sense. Here's how one researcher puts it. The Manosphere exploits vulnerabilities. It presents an attractive image of confidence and success. The kids are focusing on mainly the other things like self-improvement that are attracted to them, but they're simultaneously being fed this diet of women hatred. It's not that these boys are evil, it's that they're being groomed, they're being radicalised, and they don't even realise it's happening. And here's the thing that really gets me, the irony, the tragedy. The Manosphere claims to care about men's mental health. It claims to be helping men, but it's actually making things so much worse. Researchers found that stigma around seeking help for mental health problems is particularly high among young men who engage with the Manosphere. They're being told that therapy is weak, that depression isn't real, that mental health problems are just an excuse for being soft. And then there's the look maxing community. This is a corner of the Manosphere where men obsess over their physical appearance, trying to become more masculine as defined by other users. It can start with fairly benign stuff like skincare and grooming, but it can also escalate to extreme measures. Bone smashing, which is literally hitting your face with a hammer to change your bone structure. Dangerous regimes with peptide hormones and testosterone boosters. And it's all driven by a deep, deep insecurity. Recent research has found that the look maxing community subjects users to masculine demoralisation, wherein they are seen as failed men and encouraged to self-harm. These influencers aren't helping men, they're exploiting them. They're profiting from their insecurity. They're making them feel worse so they'll keep coming back for more. And then there's the impact on women and girls, because this content doesn't just stay online, it spills into the real world. It changes how boys treat girls, it changes how they talk about them, it changes how they think about them. Research has shown that experiencing sexism has negative implications for women's mental health. And as the manosphere grows, as more boys are radicalised, that's going to get worse. So what can we do? Because just sitting here worrying isn't going to cut it. Number one, talk to young people. Not at them, with them. Ask them what they're seeing online. Ask them what they think about it. Listen without judgment. Be genuinely curious. The worst thing you can do is lecture. The worst thing you can do is ban things. The worst thing you can do is make them feel stupid for being drawn to this content. What works is building trust, showing you're interested in their experience, helping them think critically without making them defensive. Number two, teach media literacy. Young people need to learn how to question what they see online. Who made this? Why did they make it? What's missing? What's the subject? How is the algorithm shaping what they see? The manosphere is built on pseudoscience and emotional manipulation. If young people can spot that, they're much less likely to get pulled in. Number three, model healthy masculinity. This is for the men in the room. Show boys that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have feelings. Show them that real strength isn't about dominating others. It's about being kind, being honest, being yourself. Number four, support positive creators. For every toxic influencer, there are creators promoting healthy masculinity. Amplify their voices, share their content, show young men that there's another way. Number five, push for change. We need social media companies to take this seriously. We need better regulation. We need better content moderation. We need algorithms that don't push young men towards hate. In the UK, the Department for Education has strengthened guidance on online safety and updated the RSHE curriculum to address misogyny. There are moves in the right direction, but we need more. So that's the manosphere, the influencers, the algorithms, the boys who are being radicalised, the girls who are being hurt, the mental health crisis that nobody's talking about. I know this episode has been heavy. I know it's not funny. I know it's not what you came for. But I think it matters. I think we need to talk about it. I think we need to worry about it. And I think we need to do something about it. Because the youth of today are the adults of tomorrow. And if we don't protect them from this poison, we're going to have a much bigger problem on our hands. If this resonated with you, if you've got a young person in your life, or if you've been worried about this too, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment, send me a message, let's talk about it. If you're new here, please subscribe. It helps more than you know, and it keeps the show going. If you'd like to support the show, there are links in the description. Until next time, be kind to your brain, be kind to the young people in your life, and keep questioning what you see online. This is Anxiously Ever After. I'm Jenny.